You're watching the SCAC Spring Media Days. Today we're taking a look at the Austin College Roos tennis programs. The Roos will be led once again by head coach Ryan Dodd, along with senior Will Crouch on the men's side and junior Katie Seibert on the women's side. The Roos are coming off a 13-8 season on the women's team a season ago and a third-place finish at the SCAC tournament. The men 11-11 last year with a third-place finish as well. Coach, Will, Katie, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Coach, for you entering your fifth season, coming off very successful years on both the men's and women's side last year, as you've taken inventory, what have you come to enjoy and love about the challenges of a new season, and what is it that encourages you about your two groups that you've seen early on heading into the year?
Every answer to that question starts with these two members and representatives of our team. But also the other 20 members of our team, of our programs on both the men's and the women's side. You know, they really make it fun to come to work every single day, and I really don't even think of it as work. I think of it more as just a joy to get the opportunity to see them develop and to see them enhance their skill sets, that they can go out and they can be better professionals when they become doctors, lawyers, go get their MBAs, and people out in the professional world.
Will, for you entering your senior season, take me into your mindset as you head into this year. You elected captain, you returned to the team after a really unique internship opportunity last spring. So, getting back into the swing of things, how excited are you to be back with the guys? And what is sort of your mindset specifically with that leadership role that you'll be taking on this year?
I'm super excited to be back. Last year, I wasn't able to be here for the spring season, which in the tennis season is obviously the most fun. It's the most team-based, so I didn't get to experience the whole being in a conference and being really part of the team last year, in my opinion. And it was difficult, but it made me really excited for this year to come back, kind of a homecoming and come back stronger than ever and really do my best to lead the team to whatever comes.
Katie, for you, similar to what I asked Will, also nominated team captain heading into your junior season, your first year as an upperclassman, having been a part of this program for 2 years now and understanding what's expected. What is your mindset going into this year as captain of this team, and how have you seen your role shift, slightly as you've become one of the leaders with this group?
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty easy to lead when you have such a great group of people around you. And I see leadership qualities in all of us, and I think the most grateful thing the thing I'm most grateful about for this program is just that we're a huge family. I mean, when Will was gone, now that he's back, we're so happy to have him back, and it's been my true, it's like home base for me at school, and so that's what I'm most excited about, and it's cool to see the family grow in a way as I've been here. So,
Will, for you, as you've gotten back into the swing of things, and we look at your singles game, what is the type of game where you're most comfortable when you're competing? Are you someone that tries to have a big serve and volley? Do you love the rallying? Where is it that you're most comfortable out there on the singles court? And what have you been working on with your game as you've come back here for this spring season?
I'm definitely a more defensive player. I like to use my legs a lot whenever I play. I like running, so it helped out a lot that I was able to transition to that. And a lot of what I've been working on this year is, and actually all 4 years with Coach Dodd, has been trying to be more aggressive and finishing more at the net, because that's how collegiate tennis is played. It's all bases of the court rather than just back at the baseline.
Katie, for you last season, 6-6 in singles play, up and down the lineup. You were at the 3, 4, 5, and 6 singles position. As you've looked ahead to this year, what have you worked on in your game individually to continue and grow as a player out there on the court for the Roos?
I think the biggest thing that Coach Dodd has worked with me is adding a lot of aggression to my consistency, because I consider that one of the strongest parts, but you have to hit in your matches like you hit in practice, so that's what I've been working on.
Coach, as we look at these two programs, it's so impressive. Double-digit wins for both teams over the past 2 seasons. The women have improved in their win total 3 years running now. When you put in all the hard work to kind of grow and let the expectations get bigger every year in Sherman, what do you look for as a coach in terms of kind of taking that continual next step? You've had the success now. What is sort of the message to this group to continue to grow on both sides heading into this year?
Well, I think the message starts from my position as the head coach, which goes into a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, like finding a competitive schedule. If I'm not mistaken, I believe both the men's and the women's tennis teams played 5 nationally ranked opponents last year. and upwards of 11 regionally ranked opponents, and that really helped us end the season with, on the men's side, the 18th regional ranking in the Western United States, and on the women's side, now with UT Tyler going Division II, we're up to number 11 to start this year, finished at number 12, and I think that also gives each of our individual student athletes opportunities for competitive NCAA qualification, and I think that's the goal, is kind of establishing what we accomplished the year prior, and then building off of it with new goals to kind of sojourn into new territories for both programs. And I think at the top of the list is making it to the finals of the conference championships, but more importantly, the goals that we're setting are more within our control, because a lot of tennis is outside of your control, with your opponent hitting the ball just as many times, or hopefully one less time than us. And just making it fun during practice, and making it fun in terms of our communications on the sidelines and on the benches, and really just putting forth a positive work ethic, because that's the beauty of Division III athletics. They're out there because they love the game and because they want to get better, and they want to complement their experiences on a competitive academic environment.
Katie, for you last season in doubles play, you put forth a 9-7 overall record. You had a couple of different partners playing up and down that lineup, similar to singles. What do you love about doubles competition? Do you have a different mindset, a different sort of attack in terms of your game when it comes to doubles? And how do you look to continue to improve your doubles game heading into this season?
Well, like I said before, I mean, the team is really our family. So I think for me, when I'm playing doubles, it's more of I'm going to play my best for my teammate who's on the court right next to me, and it's just so present in your mind, because every point we're talking, we're communicating, and it's just so much fun. You can't not have fun with the girls on the team, and so I think this year we're just looking to be more aggressive, have better communication, and just be better than ever.
Well, when you think back to stepping onto campus there in Sherman for the first time back as a freshman, and how much these programs have grown over the course of your career there at Austin College, what is the thing you're most proud of in terms of the big steps that clearly Coach Dodd has taken with this program, and how excited are you to continue to take those steps here in your senior year?
I think a lot of respect has been earned by our opponents from us, and we still try to get that respect. And that's one of the things that Coach Dodd has really preached since I've been here. Like first day, he said, no matter what, even if we're losing 0-9 or we're winning 9-0, we're always going to respect our opponents. And I think the fact that even on a national scale, we're kind of getting a little more recognition, and we're still having that respectful attitude to our opponents, is one of the things that I'm just glad to see. And I like to keep doing that going forward, that respectful attitude towards everybody on the court, no matter who it is.
Coach, getting back to the doubles aspect of the game, Katie talked a little bit about it, but certainly tennis at its core is very much an individual sport, but in this arena that we compete at, doubles can play such a huge factor. As you know, the momentum can really be established early on in a match based on how doubles can go. What is your philosophy as a head coach as far as doubles go, and how do you go about trying to fit players together that may have different styles, but as a doubles partnership can really work well out there on the court?
Yeah, I think this is an excellent question, and it's the perfect time to answer it, because my philosophy as a doubles coach is changing as of this year to being more open-minded. As these players have competed in the system that we instituted back in the 2014-15 season, both in doubles and singles, we've been changing every single year, but I've been kind of steadfast with how I wanted us to play doubles. And I listen to our team, and I listen to our players, that they are clamoring for a little bit more open-mindedness. And what we're trying to do is a little bit deeper analysis into our doubles, to find out what makes each of our doubles combinations special, each of the individual traits, but also the team chemistry. So stay tuned, because we're going to be playing a lot of matches this year, and hopefully our competitors as well as our peers will see a renewed presence of competitiveness on the doubles court based upon the way we're trying to go about it this year behind the scenes.
Finally, to wrap things up with both Will and Katie, for the two of you, as you've had conversations with your teammates looking forward to this season in 2019 about the goals that your programs both have, what have those conversations looked like, and what are some of the goals that each of your programs have with respect to this 2019 year?
Just speaking for the men, I think a lot of it goes to just making sure we grind out every point, that we will not be outworked this season, that we're going to put every effort we have into every practice, every lift, every match we have, because that's the way you get better. And I think if we keep doing that, we're just going to keep just growing the ranks exponentially and just really make the Kangaroos men's tennis team awesome for another year.
And I think for the ladies, I know that we've talked a lot about just having no excuses for this season, just because it's easy to kind of fall back on excuses when something doesn't go our way, but we just, like the boys, the men's team, we just want to work hard and do our best. And so yeah, I think no excuses would be our biggest goal for this year.
And finally, Coach, to wrap things up with you, for the fans, family, and friends that will all be coming out to support these two programs throughout the course of the season, what are a couple of things that they can really count on that you hope these programs sort of take on in terms of characteristics, identities with these two groups, that regardless of the result, win or loss, the people that support your programs will be able to count on match in, match out throughout the course of the season?
You know, I have a lot of trust in our student athletes that commit to our program, but I'm only going to speak for me in terms of what I'm going to bring to our atmosphere, and then hopefully, you know, our players feed off of it like they have the last couple of years. Every opportunity to come out and watch us is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be engaging. It's really going to be a memorable time. You're really going to remember us, hopefully for the right reasons, guaranteed for the right reasons, because, you know, as I tell our players, you know, and we have, you know, President O'Day, you know, the new president of Austin College as of last year, you know, he's at a lot of our athletic competitions, and we've been practicing for him to come down and watch us, as I've been telling them, you know, practice and play like the president of your institution is watching you, and that's going to be no different when he's down there and watching us in our home matches, as well as all of our other faithful supporters in Roo Nation.
The Austin College Roos men's and women's tennis program. The Roos, of course, will be once again led by head coach Ryan Dodd as they head into the season, along with senior Will Crouch on the men's side and junior Katie Seibert on the women's side. Coach, Will, Katie, thanks so much for joining us today, and best of luck as you head into the 2019 season.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kangaroos.